Wild space, the penultimate frontier. These are the voyages of the 16 Candlekeeps. Our season-long mission, to explore subspace systems, to seek out new NPCs and new encounters, to boldly roll where no one has rolled before.
You broke me already. Love it. Hello and welcome to 16 Candlekeeps, where the 80s pass their death saves. And once again, I am not Steve Archer. I am in fact Liam Thornton, and I am your DM for this Spelljammer Academy mini campaign of fun and possible doom. So how are we all? Are we all good? We all looking forward to it?
Yeah.
We leveled up, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, we'll all be fine, everything's good. So we're going to be exciting.
Yeah, speaking of leveling up, so our characters leveled up at the end of the last episode. Ordinarily, they would have gone up to level 4. But we are into the penultimate episode of this series. So I thought, why the hell not? Let's just give them another level. So all of our characters are now level 5. They get new toys, and I also get new toys. So everyone's a winner, especially you, the audience at home. So without further ado, let's get back into it. So when last we left our cadets, they were traveling towards Catha in a beautiful, stony, stolen Spelljammer ship. It is a tyrant ship, the ship of beholders, as they were on their way to this alien world in search of an adamantine meteor that had fallen there. Before parting ways, Herumph and Bosun Tarto had exchanged some heated words, as there were some concerns regarding the Academy and how it's being run. Those concerns seem to be coming from both sides, but accusations were thrown around. Nevertheless, our crew continued on their way, and they were accompanied by Petty Officer Winston Ryback, Micken, a plasmoid named Fred, and a Thrycreen called Cricklet. Unfortunately, a fire broke out after a scuffle that had occurred earlier on, and Ryback perished in the fire. As the group surveyed the scene afterwards, they did see dissipating in the flames the emblem of a black-flamed skull with one eye. So, this is where we find ourselves. What are we doing next?
Not dying.
Can I just clarify, you said there in the catch-up, and I just want to make sure I'm remembering it right. It was from a kerfuffle, but when we came down, it was because there had been some flame methods that got out of a box.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I'm not lit, because in my head I was going, because we had a fight in the last episode.
Yeah, no,
with
you had a fight,
the weird...
but these flame methods had...
Yeah. That's cool. Just while, so I was linking them two in my head and going, we didn't cause that by fighting the weird autonome.
Ryback was literally fighting fire with
Good man.
Pan.
Good man.
Good man.
Well, Captain, you are down a chef.
Yes.
We're looking to you for guidance. What you want to do?
Don't look to me for guidance. Does anyone else have any ideas before I completely stress out?
I suggest.
Fred just jiggles.
Just broken me. Fred just jiggles. Fred's adorable. Well done, Fred. That's a good idea. Does anybody translate for Fred? Oh. Yes? Okay.
I think he's
Oh my God.
he's referring to Cricklet.
He is. But I don't understand Cricklet either.
Cricklet speaks common.
This is not helping me.
It's, that was Fred's plasmoid jelliness making some little...
Oh my God, it started already. Oh, we're not even 5 minutes in.
It's good. We're fine.
It's good. Cricklet, do you have any ideas about what to do now?
Cricklet is just sort of picking through the wreckage, looking over everything, and in one of his mandibles picks up the sending stone that Ryback had.
Yes, the sending stone to Bosun Tarto. Yes.
Captain,
Yes.
what's the sigil on the sending stone? Just because I've become super suspicious about everything now.
Do I know the sigil on the sending stone?
Yeah, so you remember from when you were in the admin offices, and yes, this is the sigil that is for Bosun Tarto.
Yes, it is the sigil for Bosun Tarto, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'll say that back to Herumph. We
Danke.
can get in touch with Bosun Tarto and leave a message.
Okay. Do you want to contact or?
Can do. I was writing a note.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it is.
I'm just going to start helping Cricklet, just tidying up and like trying to sort through the wreckage.
Okay. So you're going through, and you can see that obviously a lot of the supplies have definitely succumbed to the flames. So there are less rations. Some of the rope has sort of singed away. There are still the glass bottles of the healing potions. You do still see them. They're covered in ash and blackened, but they do still seem okay.
Is that all 10 of them, or of any?
There's 9 of them. One of them is kind of smashed.
Okay. 9 healing. Is that, are they 2d4 healing? Have I got that right?
That is a good question.
1d4, I think. No, it is 2d4 because 1d4 is the fake one I made.
Yeah.
2d4. Okay. We've got 9 of them. That's good.
2d4 plus 2.
Oh, 2d4 plus 2. Ooh.
Because one's a 4d4 plus, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Greater healing's 4d4 plus 4.
I'm on the superior.
Oh, at least I remember something.
Well done.
It's okay. I did just have to look up what a healing potion does. Because
So,
I don't heal.
No, I genuinely I don't know what to do next. So happy to take a group consensus over what we should do next.
At the risk of sounding callous over a lost crew member, we still have a mission to do. And we're trying to prove to Tarto that we are capable and that we can do this. And I think if we were to immediately run for help, then it's kind of just playing into their hands of our supposed incompetence and troublemaking.
Yes, I feel like any messages we send to Tarto, we should just wait until, like, it's absolutely life or death.
Speaking of life or death, rations have depleted.
Yes.
There are some, but
not as much as there were. Okay.
Herumph, go ahead and make a survival check.
yarp. Skills. That is a 22.
Okay. You do the maths. You're looking at how many of you that there are, how many days it takes you to travel to and from, and you can see that there are not enough rations to get you home.
If we were to not eat every other day, would it survive?
You would survive, but you would probably end up suffering from some exhaustion.
And also, how much food would Ryback's body count as?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I mean, in dire
Enough for the
need.
return journey, if I'm completely honest with you. You would be very well fed.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Sorry, should I have hesitated before I asked that question?
I mean...
Yeah, I feel like you went there a bit too soon. The guy's only just died.
Yeah, but he's literally still warm.
He is still warm.
He is char-grilled already. It's great.
I was going to say barbecue for dinner.
That is true. If we eat him first while it's fresh, then we use the other stuff later. Why does Liam look horrified? Liam, don't be horrified by this. You knew what kind of people we were.
Don't put me into this.
Sorry, you knew what kind of person Steve was.
I'm almost proud. Yeah. Are you going to vocalize that?
Yep. I'm gonna explain that I've done the math, and we have one of two options. We would be able to survive if we ate every other day, but there would be malnourishment problems. However, not to be crude, but there is a large, quite succulent-looking.
Don't succulent. Don't do that.
I would explain that in the fact that we are in the middle of outer space, and we have no other food sources.
Yeah.
That it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to eat of not so petty officer.
Is what he would have wanted.
Man loved
he
food.
Was, yeah. He gave all he could until the last.
All he could, even in death. He would have done the same had it been someone else who died.
Sorry.
As you're saying this, you can see like Micken, who's just been sort of cowering, rocking back and forth in the corner, is just looking horrified. Takes a moment, and then just goes and throws up.
Micken, are you a vegetarian?
No, but I'm not a monster.
Oh, but you're happy killing poor innocent animals that cannot defend themselves. and eating that, but I'm just saying that in about 100 days when we're traveling back, you're going to be hungry than you have ever been before. And I promise you that that leg over there, and I will just nod towards Ryback, will look appetizing. I promise you this.
Oh,
Within 100 days.
Does it work? Does Micken feel better?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Oh man.
So that's 13? No, 12.
12. Okay. You can see that he's just really struggling with everything that's happening here.
Or why change the habit of a lifetime?
Yeah, there's
You're on
the
fire
conversation.
today.
I love it. The conversation about, killing in general, let alone eating.
No killing involved. I'm not going to kill Ryback. He's already dead. Anywho, I'm going to move away from this because I can see.
He died of natural causes from the crash. So no one had a hand in his death. We are just being resourceful and trying to stay alive to get back.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
I know you two were just saying that it is probably bad to suggest we are incompetent towards the idiots. But if we were to message back in honesty here and suggest that there has been a fire in the cargo deck and Ryback has fallen, please advise what they would like us to do, we can save ourselves going off on a wild goose chase.
True.
And also they cannot hold us that we killed Ryback to hide things.
Oh, yeah, good point. I feel like if we just go back and he's dead, they'll blame us for it.
Then I round on Fred and Cricklet like, yes, we didn't kill them. I don't know. That was just a...
We
You can
don't.
make an
I mean,
intimidation roll if you want to.
Level 5
They
has
would
changed,
fully
man.
support that. You've just talked about eating him. They would absolutely support a fake argument that you killed him.
Yeah, I don't feel they're 100% on our side.
Captain, there is no sides. We are literally there is a small bard group back in Waterdeep that describe it best. There are clowns to the left of us and jokers to the right.
Swear to God, if you get inspiration for that, I'm going to murder you.
I mean, just because I want to take inspiration.
No, no!
And I'm taking it. Level 5 has changed me.
Level 5 has changed you. You were a completely different person before. What is this?
Wasn't he? Threw someone off the top of a platform.
Oh yeah, we're putting that
I have
aside.
been a bastard since level 1, I'm sorry.
Putting aside what happened with Gina. Okay, so consensus. We send a message to Tarto explaining what's happened and that Ryback is dead, and we wait for advice. Is there anything else people want to say in this message? Or think that we should say in this message? I realised I don't know what voice this character had, and whatever it was I did at the start, it's no longer.
It's fine. Weird things happen in space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
my accent changes quickly.
People change faces halfway through the season, and
yeah, exactly, yeah.
we miss you, Greg.
Oh. Anyway. Yes, everyone happy? Looking at particularly the others, Micken, Gricklick. Not like that. Fred.
Fred turns around so that he's facing you. Turns the neckerchief back around. Seems to have just swung around. I love Fred.
Please don't kill him off.
If we need water, I'm going to have to... I mean,
No! God. No. No, I can do create water. If we need water, we're not using Fred.
Wait
a minute.
Micken just sort of nods. Fred just, jiggles again. Just... And quickly it just goes, oh, yes, I think that's absolutely fine.
Captain.
Captain, yes?
Why is my spell changed? Where has it gone? I had the spell.
What spell?
Why is it? Okay, 10 seconds. It's for some reason it's taken off one of my spells. But don't know why it's done this. But I have a fix where we don't have to eat Ryback.
What is the fix?
I can cast Goodberry.
Yeah! Oh, I knew.
10 berries appear in your hand and infused with magic for the duration. A creature can use the action to eat one berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for a day. Level 1 spell.
Can you use that for more than one person?
Yeah, I can cast. One cast gets me 10 berries.
Oh, 10 berries.
I can feed 10 people a day for a level 1 spell.
Do you want to share that with the group, or did you...
Ranger redeemed!
I know, finally the ranger does something useful.
It just cuts to Herumph, who's just there making berries to just make a sauce to go with a leg of Ryback.
Today I just done fancy berries.
Yeah, are you...
I need some protein!
Or are you just going to keep this knowledge to yourself?
No, I would explain. I would probably have a moment where, like, I'm thinking through things and then remember I have a spell.
I think it's funnier, personally, to let the others believe we're still going to eat Ryback at the end of it, but that would be...
Oh, we all had a fucking problem with it a minute ago.
No, I think it's great. Do it. Kill the guy. Oh, no, wait, he's dead. Eat the guy.
Oh, yes, it doesn't.
Okay, I'm going to use the sending stone to send the message to Tarto explaining what happened, and Ryback is dead, and if they have any advice on what to do next. If they want to replace Ryback?
Almost instantly after you send that message, you get a response from Tarto, and Tarto's voice sort of comes through, and she says, what was the cause of the fire? Have you been able to ascertain how it started? Where were all of the crew at the time where this fire broke out? Do we think that it's likely that there is a saboteur?
I'll tell her everything we know about where we were.
So you would mention the auto-gnome attack for us 3, and then...
and as well as there, so 4.
Oh, and Micken, yeah. And then mention the fire things, setting fire to all of the stuff, and that we've seen this symbol again.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything we need to leave out to Tarto. I mean, I don't trust Tarto for a second, but
they're more trustworthy than anyone else down there.
No, yeah, I don't think there's anything we specifically need to leave out. So I'll send a message back that literally says all of that.
Lovely.
If I can.
And she responds again, saying, I'm on my way to take command.
Oh, shit.
Remain where you are.
Why did I offer this idea?
I don't know. Yes. I literally, before we started playing, typed up my list of notes where I'd got the notes of like the rations and the sending stone and stuff. So it was yes, good idea. Now Tartar's coming to join us. That's thrilling.
I'm gonna go wait in my chair.
You can wait in
Captain,
your chair. Yes.
can I have a private word to one side?
Yes.
Before I do that, actually, did you tell us what was said from Tarto before responding?
Yes.
Because
You
you
heard it, wouldn't you? There was a.
no, it would send to yourself. I
Only the
believe.
holder.
Oh, true. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll repeat it.
Cool.
This is my first time ever using a sending stone.
That's
My
cool.
first time, not my character's first time. She's probably done it loads.
It's like voice note, but with your headphones on.
So I will like reiterate.
Cool. Can I have a private word a moment?
Yes.
And we try to go to one side when Micken, Cricklet, and Fred can't hear us.
Okay.
No, we do it in that TV and film style where we just
Nope.
walk a picture away and.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing the TV thing. I'm trying to actively do it because the TV thing is nonsense.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. You've got plenty of room to maneuver
Yeah.
around and that, so that you can be out of earshot.
Just getting my pen. I lost it. Hold on.
That's cool. Captain, Tato just mentioned. Do we believe there are any traitors?
Yes, she did.
Which one out of Fred or Cricklet would you like to have a chat with? Because I think it might be good if we actually get a beat on these people we've never met before.
I agree. Weirdly, my mind has jumped straight to Micken being the traitor.
He was upstairs setting up the chair. I was with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I don't trust him. He's too wet. Yes, I think we should talk.
I don't think Micken would be able to write the plan down without having a panic attack, let alone actually action this sort of thing.
Could be a very good actor. Anyway, we'll talk to Cricket and Fred.
Just
And
want to
find
get a
out.
beat on them. Fred was doing a thing
Fred
with
was
his.
decent.
He was doing mandibles.
He was. Let's move
I
on.
don't know if he was trying to tell us something.
We can talk to the Jelly Man and find out.
I mean, that's just racist. He's a plasmoid.
He's a plasmoid.
Thank you. Nobody's coming around here telling you you look silly with your silly names and woke media. Anyway, Celestial Tempest, you probably follow horoscopes.
Yes, and what's it to you?
Why have I suddenly become Gen X?
No.
Anyway, yeah, so that's all I would probably suggest is like trying to get some sort of conversation with them to kind of see what we can learn from what happened. See if we can catch any slips.
Sounds like a plan. Shall we all talk to them? And keep it friendly? Because I feel like if just one of us does it, it's very interrogatory.
But having all of us gang around one person feels kind of brutish, no?
We could do it in a friendly chat kind of way, rather than a let's all gather round and shine a light in their eyes.
You're captain.
Would you like to question one of them?
I don't mind. I'm just offering the suggestion that we should probably find out a little more about the two people we've never met before and also have suddenly become key characters in our death.
In our death?
Oh, this is definitely a death mission. Like, you know when you look at when you're traveling and you realize they've only put enough food in the horse's bag for like the way out sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, I do. I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be a death, but you've just put it into stark perspective. Thank you. Yes, we're going to die. Okay. Can you talk to Cricket?
Okay.
I can talk to Fred.
Okay.
Sort of. And we'll see what we can get out of them and report back.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Liam, how do we talk to Fred?
You talked to Fred?
I was going to say, I believe we did check last episode that they both talk common. Can't remember now.
Can't remember.
I know I asked if my language thing was purely for written form, or if it also extended to speech, but it is literally only written form. And I'm sat up in my chair, so I'm actually not privy to any of your conversation.
No, you're not.
You can tell that Fred does understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Perfect crew member. Listens, doesn't talk back. In as many words. However, if you want to try and have a conversation to ask any questions, you can make an insight check, as you can see this, like, the plasmoid body sort of shifting, and you can kind of get a sense of what motion is, you know, a happy one, what one is a concerned one.
So probably better to ask yes or no questions.
Pretty much, yeah.
Tell us about you. Okay. Well, Steve, were you going to say something?
It was more just an idea of if we didn't want it to go, if we didn't want it to look like we were actively interrogating them.
Yes.
Going off the roles that we have in the ship, if Gearrug's gone off to sit in the chair, you're captain, so you'd probably be doing whatever captain does, like checking over your reports and starting to plan the navigation.
Yep.
And my role as shipmate was to look after the crew in your stead, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I could essentially do this as like I'm just checking in with the crew after the thing, making sure everyone's okay, not an interrogation.
Works for me.
Like literally just like like checking in. I'm making a report for the captain. Could you tell me what you saw? Yes, no, sort of things. Like where was this? Da 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 da, sort of thing. And then with knowing that Fred can only do yes or no, try to guide the questions a bit more into a yes or no fashion.
Sounds good to me. You do that. I'll go and work on what the hell I'm doing next.
Lovely.
Okay.
We'll pause that there a second as Gearrugh, you're off to your Spelljammer helm. As you are making your way there, you can see that Mikan is just looking around, like a little bit lost and feeling sorry for himself, and he's not gonna just say anything. He's just gonna follow up behind you, just sort of shuffling his feet.
I would have invited him to follow anyway, so
like
I would probably ask in a really casual way. I would ask him if he wanted to come and tag along, and just play it off as a whole. So when I first tried sitting in the seat, it all felt a bit weird and not like the last Spelljammer helm I sat in. And I just want to know, is that a me thing, or is that like this ship? Is it just weird? Can you try it out? Can you see if you think it's it's got a weird feeling too, and kind of play it off that way so that he's got a reason to want to follow me too.
Yeah. And he'll say to you, I guess it's one of those things is that each Spelljammer helm, depending on who made it, obviously it's going to have a different feel to it. Not to be rude to the Academy in any way, but this is probably something of a budget line. Probably not the best of things. It's only supposed to be installed temporarily, isn't it? And then obviously this ship it's very different. Its whole construction it's a very different ship. So you're also trying to use the Spelljammer helm on a ship that already has a Spelljammer helm. It's bizarre. But as for trying it out, obviously you've attuned to it, so I wouldn't be able to use it at all.
I mean, we're not going anywhere quickly. Got to wait for Tarto. I could always shift it to you if you want.
You can see that he's just sort of wide-eyed at that. If you would let me. It might be beneficial. You have a really good knowledge from a theoretical standpoint of how these things work, and I see your value, and I can appreciate that you've probably got a better handle of this than me. I'm humble enough to know when I'm kind of out of my league, and if you're the better person for the job, then I say go for it. Tears just start streaming down his face. He just says, "Thank you." Dave's face. So yeah, that's what I would do. So you're going to unattune from the Spelljammer helm. Mm-hmm. And you do that. You drop that connection. You feel lighter after you do that. Like the whole ship itself was sort of pushing down on you, or pulling you down. And as soon as that connection is gone, it's just you feel lighter. And somewhat more at peace. Remind me again, just so I can remember. Where's your familiar? Had them tagging along, kind of in like a little. You know those cat backpacks with the little window in them. That's what I want. Wonderful. I've kind of fashioned that kind of thing. The eyes on your familiar will just mist over, and you just hear a voice in your head that says, "An interesting choice."
I know that we don't know any of this that's going on because we're elsewhere, but still, this is creepy. Without even missing a beat between the familiar's voice and passing over the helm, literally, I'm just going to sit on the floor cross-legged and kind of just watch Micken and say, "I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to watch so I can see if I can learn anything." And I'm going to be watching him with the intent of watching out for ulterior motives, but I'm going to look like I'm doing it innocently.
Go ahead and make a perception check then, just so that we can...
Yarp. Oh no, I'm in the wrong screen. Oh god. What have I done? It wouldn't have changed from level 1, surely. No.
Not unless you ended up with a ability score improvement.
No, I don't think I did. No, that's fine, okay. 15.
15. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and we will make an Arcana check a minute for Mikan, as Mikan is going to attempt to attune to this. Somewhere I should still have a stat block for him, just in case of fire. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. So he's rolls a 16, and you can see first he gets out a book. He goes into. He's got a small pouch, single strap pouch. Looking at it, you've seen these before. It's quite a common item. Even if it is magical, it's a bag of holding, and he pulls out just one of these big like Spelljammer for Dummies books. Does all of the like pre-checks, like make sure that you're sat down, make sure that your feet are in the correct position, you're sat upright, literally just like a DSE sort of check.
Yeah.
No.
Where's my feet go?
Fantastic.
Are you far enough away from the monitor? So
does he have a breathalyzer test too to make sure he's clear for flight?
You get the idea that he has probably never drunk a thing in his life.
Yeah, he does strike me as the kind.
Yeah, like maybe if he's feeling fancy, it's a sparkling water.
It makes my nose fizz.
And yeah, so he will go through, and as soon as he does attune to it, you can see that he is like, he's really trying, and then his shoulders just sink down, and he's like, this does feel very heavy. It's like walking through mud. What a horrible feeling.
Felt like, yeah, it did feel very heavy, and I don't think I really appreciated that until I kind of handed the mantle over. Do you think it's just because of the technology?
Don't think it is designed for us. We will head back over to Herumph, doing his best moral counseling service.
One more thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna with Cricklet, because I know Cricklet can talk in common.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy to play it out, or if you just want to get like the bare bones of what I'm trying to do with both of them. I'm essentially trying to gauge what happened in the cargo deck whilst we were up, and basically corroborate the stories to make sure that both essentially use Cricklets to set a scene and then go yes or no with Fred to go, did that happen?
Perfect.
Didn't that happen? To kind of corroborate, did Cricklet lie about something essentially? Or is one of them lying when... And then hopefully the insight will tell me I know that person lied about that, yes or no.
Wonderful. So I will get you to make an insight check for me as well.
Yep. That is a 18 plus 7 is 25.
Jeez. Okay. That is our
Power.
humanoid lie detector over there. So with that there, you ask Cricklet about what happened. Cricklet will say to you that him and Fred were unpacking things. Ryback was basically just overseeing the situation, wasn't really doing a fat lot, was more interested in searching through all of the rations and seeing what food was available. They were there setting up some hammocks to be used, and as they were dealing with opening up some of these crates, there was a noise that came from over in the near one of the what were they called? I need to find the map again. Yeah, there was a noise that sounded like crackling coming from one of the access tubes.
Okay.
And by the time that they were told to go and investigate, out burst all of these fire methods.
Okay. Okay. Okay, indeed. And then checking with Fred, does he essentially corroborate all of that in yes and no's, or are there any bits that he disagrees with when I basically read that back to him?
There is one difference on that. Fred will sort of move into like a pan motion. Like whole hand just becomes like a frying pan, and jiggles a bit to be like, don't know, showing like a cooking utensil, and then that just which you would assume, if you can roll an insight check for me, please.
14 plus 7, so 21.
Easy. You can see that is him attempting to do
Jesus.
fire.
So he says that Ryback was cooking and then the fire got too much, is how I'm understanding that.
He heard the noise over at the other side, but also said that there was cooking happening.
Okay. But when he says the cooking was happening, that was when so he agrees the sound came from the same access tube.
Yeah, there was definitely a sound coming from over that side.
The only difference is that there was cooking happening. He says cooking was happening, and Cricklet just says that Ryback was just messing around with food.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, okay. Okay, I'm going to go back to Celestial and just report that's what was informed. The only part of it that I can get out of that is there is some confusion into what Ryback was doing at the time, looking at what both has reported.
Okay, thank you.
And then the noise from Oberdin starts playing, and did the captain do it?
It was me all along! I've been in disguise this whole time! Oh no!
Why did you take the conch? Anyway,
It's me! Celestial's currently just sitting with her head in her hands until Herumph or whoever approaches, and then she springs to her feet. Like, yes, I am fully in control of this situation. Yes, I know exactly what we're doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. Yes, Tarto will be here soon. Absolutely not relying on Tarto to sort this all out. What, Herumph, what did you find out from those two?
as I regurgitate all the words that were just said.
Yes, interesting. Thank you. Jade, you're still in the helm, aren't you?
In front of it, but yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
With my cat in its bag.
In its bag!
Herumph, have you looked over well, actually, either Herumph or Celestial, have either of you looked over the layout of the ship itself on the map?
Did at the first time. Haven't seen it since.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've not seen it since.
That's fine. Just go ahead and just make me a survival check, the pair of you.
Oh God.
Good rolls, good rolls, good rolls, good rolls. Oh no, 4. 11.
Survival. Ooh, unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So, Celestial,
Dirty.
you are hearing this information, and Herumph is telling you, you know, what they heard about where this noise came from, and the access tubes, and you know the locations. And you've got the plans out here. You look over the map, to see, okay, so that's the access tube there. That's where the noise would have come from. And you look and you see and you think, that access tube seems somewhat familiar. We've been near that. And as you start to realize where you know that access tube from, Geamhradh, you're there with your cat, and Mikan is just sort of shifting uncomfortably in the chair, looks at you and just says, I'm so sorry, and the ship just starts going. The access tube was the access tube that Mikan had crawled through.
What access tube that he crawled through?
He came through an access tube to report to you as he was heading back down. He came up, covered in fire, covered in soot, and warning you about what had happened below.
Oh yeah, now I remember that one. Yeah.
Slowly coming back to me like.
It's because I remember I told him to check out the weapons. Then he went off having his sad little moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Now I remember. Cool, like it. Oh, I get to kill Mikan now.
Yes, we get to kill Mikan. I knew that.
I've wanted it since fucking episode dot.
I knew 50 nervous git couldn't be trusted. Oh, let's murder him. Let's eat him while he's alive. Forget Ryback. Let's just tear bits of flesh off and grill him.
Geamhradh, what do you do?
Set fire to him.
Bear with.
Oh.
Finding creative ways to kill.
Fireball at 5th level.
What spells can I do in case he comes in my vicinity?
While she does this, I'm going to scratch my slightly weirdly ginger scarf that changed when we got on the ship, and Haley comes around and drops down.
I did wonder.
I was thinking, how would I carry her around? And I was like, I like the idea that she's a scarf. Like,
Who?
my fox.
Yeah, his little fox.
Oh,
Comes round.
Oh, you had a fox.
yeah. Fox, and that's actually when he first mentioned Goodberry. So I can't believe I didn't remember that either.
Oh, fox. Oh. Been a while.
I'm going to.
Stab him.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to look at him with like mock shock and horror, and then I'm going to cast sleep.
Okay. Should be fun.
I hope.
What level Mikan is?
Oh my god.
I'm going to cry, aren't I? I really am.
20.
Fine. Roll some hit dice. Let's see where we're at.
Does he have one eye colour different from the other?
D8, 1, 2.
He never uses his left hand.
Weird, isn't it?
Making sure I'm
Has a
reading the amount
vampire
of
friend.
dice right. Yeah. 5d8.
I said I didn't trust him before.
5d8. Jeez.
18, 19, 21.
21. Okay. So you cast this, and then as you do, he just slumps, falls unconscious, falls out of the Spelljammer helm, and the whole ship just rocks and lurches. If I can just get everyone to just make me just a very quick dexterity saving throw, please.
12 for Celestial.
13.
Oh, it's so hot.
Wait.
What am I doing? Dexterity?
14.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. I rolled 9.
Okay. So
That's the problem, not you.
each of you is going to take 4 bludgeoning damage as you just
Okay.
connect with
So
this
they-
rocky ship. Gyaurik, you are knocked prone as well as this.
Rude.
You rolled a 9. That's not
I
even like
know.
base 10.
I know.
And as you do, that voice speaks to you again from your familiar and just says, "Well played. Next time, maybe try to stick the landing a bit better."
I just inwardly eye roll. I don't do anything else.
So the ship has come to a standstill, and you can see there is a proximity alert that has kind of sounded, and in the stone walls just all around you, there's like a projection of what can be seen outside, effectively on screen, and you can see just this sheer point of a spire, a mountainous spire, just sat on a small disc world, and it looks, it's just basically a massive spike sat on a disc. That is this whole planet.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic.
Of course it is.
Does it ring a bell to me at all?
You know that you are headed
Sorry,
for Katha. This, if you had to put money on it, would be the spindle.
How does he travel so fast? Bastard.
Because he's secretly a man. A giant eyeball in the sky. Great. Is there a way I can make myself unprone?
Yeah, all you gotta do is just stand up.
Just stand up, right?
Yep, you've
Cool,
just
that's
been knocked
fine.
to the ground, that's all.
Yeah, that's cool. I will, so with that eye roll that I made, I would just try and, stand back up as gracefully as I can.
Nice.
Can I tie him up, please?
Absolutely.
Please tie him up.
Can I do it in the most elaborate knots that you can think of? Like with...
That I
No,
can
I'm not
personally
saying that out
think
loud.
of.
No, the BDSM community could probably think of.
Yeah. No, I assumed that's where you were going with that. You get really creative.
Yeah. And I'm gonna sit, but like on his back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cross-legged.
Yep.
And just wait for the others. I'm not moving. I'm not leaving him on his own. Cool. I might actually, do you know what I would do? She would shout. She would shout for Celestial and Herumph. She would shout for backup.
That is fair. Whilst I'm there, I just realised that I need to roll for a few others.
Yeah, I rolled for Haley and she's taken the 4 damage.
Obviously, Micken would have just taken that damage. What happens if the sleeping target is damaged, by the way? Out of curiosity.
The spell ends.
Good.
Cool. He would have taken damage as he fell. However, he is groggy. That's...
And that's why I've been able to tie him up.
Yeah, that hit there did hurt him pretty badly.
Yeah.
So yes, as for Fred is pretty much fine there because of being a blob, and Cricklet did a bit better, so it's only taken. So there we go. So yes, you signal for the others.
I think Herumph at least would have just started the moment the ship started moving. He would have ran because we knew that it was not. We were been told to stay.
Mm-hmm.
They would have ran to see what was going on, and then the jolt of the thing, but then continued.
So you get there, you see the scene of Micken tied up, Geamhradh just standing there.
On him.
Cool.
Sitting on him.
Sitting on him.
Yeah, on his back.
Looking
pissed.
Micken has sort of regained consciousness a bit as he sees Herumph coming in. Just tries to close his eyes.
Oh dear.
Close his eyes.
Do I spot this? Because I'd like to feel like I'm watching him, but can I see, would I have spotted that?
Yeah, no, easily. You can see that he's...
Then I slap him.
Do you want to try and do some
He's
damage
not getting
with
away
that?
with this. No, I'm just going to slap him.
Okay, cool.
I don't care about damaging him. I'm just going to slap him. Stop being a little bitch. She's pissed now.
Don't hold back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, she's been crossed. She's pissed now. She's not taking any.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I will ask what happened.
Yeah. Oh, that was my first question. Weird. It's like one mind.
Do you want to answer this question, Micken, or should I?
Micken, what did you
said that I could pilot the ship.
I am going to step forward and unhunch my back. As I do, I grab him with right hand by the scruff of his neck, lift him up against the wall, pull my hand axe from my back, and place the blade under his throat, under the Adam's apple.
Wow.
And I will, in the basiest, most angriest voice I can muster, just ask once again, what did you do?
Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage.
That's an 18 and a 19, so with intimidation, straight 0. So yeah, 19.
Okay. And he just starts sobbing and like there's snot coming out as he's there crying. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't want to have to do this. This is just what he told me to do. All I had to do was just I had to get the thing, and I no, he'll kill me. He'll kill them.
Funnily enough, Micken, if you don't start talking, you're not going to have to worry about him. And I push the blade.
He has my family.
I don't care. What happened?
And you see him just take a second to try and compose himself, because he doesn't want to die. And he says, when we were in the simulation, this terrifying voice spoke to me and told me that I had to find this item, this meteor. It was never allowed to reach Toril. If it did, then my family would be killed. I didn't believe that he had them, but... And he opens up the bag of holding, and...
Be able to, he's tied up.
Oh, he'll signal to his bag of holding.
Celestial.
I'll open it.
Cool.
Both step over and have that.
I'll pass it to Captain.
You see that there is a note in there. That is a note that says, "My dear sweet Micken, we're all so proud of you for making it into the Spelljammer Academy. The next in our long line of officers in the family. And here is a picture of your family to remember us whilst you are out on those long journeys." And you see that there's a portrait in there, and there's a bit of blood on the edge of that portrait, and there is the severed head of the woman that is in that portrait.
It will throw the entire bag down in disgust.
He killed my mother.
Oh, you killed the Ryback.
Didn't mean for anyone to die. I was just meant to stop the ship from making it
Oh,
there.
shut the fuck up, and I'm just going to headbutt him.
Cool.
I just slam my head forward.
Have you knocked him out?
Well, it'd just be 1 point of damage plus strength, so he'd only be taking, if it's an automatic hit, sorry,
Yeah,
that'd
no,
be 3
it would
points
be.
of damage to him.
3 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Is he dead?
No, he's bloodied.
My favourite thing is, like, he's literally hog-tied at this point, and the only reason he's still up is because Herumph is holding him.
Yep.
Is he still awake after I headbutt
Yeah,
him?
no, he's still awake.
Stop blubbering! I am tired of your snivelling bullshit. Now, you're going to start telling us what happened, or this blade is going to slip very quickly. And I don't give a shit how sloppy the second cut is.
And he will just gulp, and as he does, just Adam's apple just grazes up against just the blade. Just a little tiny drop of blood just starts rolling down. I was given some items after the explosion in the simulation chamber. I was told to use this bag to get the meteor and then use the other scroll in there to signal to say when I had secured it. Then he would come and take it and give me back the rest of my family. All I had to do was just try and distract you. I didn't want to do anything else, and Geamhradh had taken the Spelljammer helm. I didn't realise that there was going to be another Spelljammer on here. I thought that it was just going to be me, and I could have just flown there. I could have gotten it, started the fire as a distraction, so that hopefully, I don't know, didn't really come up with a great plan.
Captain, what do you want to do?
Tarto is on her way here.
It's not going to get here in time.
No, but I think we send another message and say we found out who the traitor was. Because it would be worth her having that information ahead of time. What do we do with him in the meantime?
Attune him from the helm at first start.
Yes.
She's going to look even more menacing than she had when, she sat on him.
Do we know how to unattune somebody?
So either the Spelljammer who's attuned to it has to willingly give up their attunement, or die. Those are the two options.
Oh, good.
I think if Herumph knows that, then he's going to just brandish the blade again and go, so if you have to let go of the spelljamming helm, we have one of two ways to do this. Which would you like, Micken?
Feel like intimidating him into doing it is not willingly giving it up.
If I unattune from that helm, and you continue on your mission, and you take that meteor back to the academy, then my family are dead anyway.
If you don't unattune from that spelljammer, you're not going to have to worry about your family.
With me just 1 second.
So, I think at this point, just Herumph is like, I am done. This entire fucking recruitment cycle has been awful. I'm writing indeed a letter.
TripAdvisor, this was rubbish. 1 out of 10 would not recommend.
Other job sites are available.
You're not like not going back. I don't want to kill Micken, but if we get to a point where we have to, then I'll do it.
I'm gonna instantly change to a super, super cool demeanor, calmly walk forward, tap Herumph on the shoulder to let Micken down, because he's tied up anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna bend down to his level while he's on the floor, and I'm just going to say, why do you think he wants you to stop that meteor from returning to Toro more than anything else? Because it's going to prevent him from doing something that he wants to do. So either way, it's not going to be good. If you play into his hands, it's still going to be bad. It could just be bad for you and your family, and I am sorry for that. But it could be bad for so many more people. Do you really want to put that on everyone? You don't strike me as a bad person.
And he will look at you again and say, "The ship is yours. Do what you will. I tried to do what I could to help them. I know I didn't make the right decisions. If I must die, then I accept my fate."
Can I sorry, just out of character, can I confirm, was that a willingly giving it over, or is that a kill me if you need to?
No, he's given that up.
Right, okay. I will do my best to make sure that everyone else is returned safely. But, as there already has been, there's probably going to be more casualties along the way. We need to know that you're not going to cause any more.
My hands are tied.
I have an idea here, Micken. Come with me, and I'm just going to pick him up. And I'm going to take him.
Like over your shoulder, like a bag.
I'm going to carry him down to the cargo, and I'm going to place him in the corner next to Ryback's body, so he's facing him. And then I'm going to use my second level spell to cast an area of silence around him, so he can't cast spells with verbal components around him.
Okay.
That is what I do with him.
Nice. How long, just out of curiosity for me, how long does that spell last?
Let me just pull it up here. I was just remembering I had this, in case we had any spell problems. You have... It lasts for 10 minutes for now, but whilst he's got his moment of whilst he's got that kind of time to think, I'm essentially just going to leave him with that 10 minutes and start to tidy up around the cargo, and then recast it so he has 20 minutes of just essentially a quiet bubble with just the face of Ryback facing him. Psychological thing than a
No, definitely. So you go around, you tidy, you sort that out, and as you're doing that, you're just keeping an eye on him, making sure that he's not doing anything else at all. And after a while of him sort of looking away from Ryback and doing everything that he can to avoid looking at the body, the next time that you see him, he is just head up, staring directly at Ryback.
As the 20 minutes end, I will just walk up to him and just lean down and gently whisper into his ear, "I believe Ryback had a family too." And then I'm just going to continue back towards the captain and whatever we might need to do.
Reattune to my fucking chair!
Right, reattune to your chair! Reattune to your chair!
So you reattune, that familiar feeling
heaviness
washes over you. It's all heavy. As you do that as well, yes, there is that heaviness, and then it also feels somewhat unclean, like, someone else has been messing with your stuff.
Did.
Cool. So, but you have control of the ship again.
Yeah!
Huzzah!
Oh, thank God.
Sounds about that, guys. But I found the traitor!
Yeah! We achieved one thing! Oh, I feel like Tato coming is not going to be good for anybody. Did when I sent the message to Tato to say we'd found the traitor, did she reply?
So did you send that whilst all of that was there happening then? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've sent your message to Tato, and did you say who the traitor was in your message?
Yes.
Yep. So Tato will respond with I am on my way, though quite how you've managed to travel that far forward, I have no idea. At this point, it may be easier for you to go and retrieve the meteor, and I will meet you, and we return to the academy together.
It says message received, loud and clear. We've dealt with the traitor. We shall head towards the meteor. Because that sounds perfect.
Because we're solid. Solid as a rock.
Space.
So, as the ship begins to make its descent towards the spindle, that is where we will leave today's episode.
Oh.
We're on the final stretch, guys.
Oh no!
Nearly at the end of this campaign, and make sure that you check back in on the next episode because it's going to be explosive.
It's going to break our ship.
We're all gonna die.
We're going to have no way home.
Just floating in space. Like Major Tom.
Thank you all very much for watching and or listening. Thank you, as always, to my wonderful players. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date when we release new episodes. If you are listening in an audio format, don't forget that you can also leave us a review. It's a free thing that you can do that will help us out a whole bunch. But yeah, hope we've all enjoyed this, and we will see you again soon. All those who want to say bye, say bye.
Bye.
Bye for now.